Okay guys, today we are going to install Cortex XSOAR in multi-tenant architecture using the Palo database, which is the default database that comes with Cortex XSOAR. First of all, you have to acquire the installation package from this website. I'll put in the link in the description. And you're gonna need a work email, which is not a Gmail, Yahoo, those kind of email doesn't work here. And complete this and you will get an email from the Palo Alto team with the image link and the license will expire in 30 days, so you will have to acquire a new license after the expiration. So I already have the image and the license file, so let's go ahead with the virtual machine creation. We will create one machine for the XOR main host, which will be handling all the hosts, and the installation will be happen on the main server. Then you can sync all the data from the main server to required tenants. For this I'm using Ubuntu. You can also use CentOS as well, but Ubuntu is more convenient. Go next. And the RAM I'm using is 5 GB. You can use a little bit more or less, but when you try automations it might require somewhere around 5 GB. You can always adjust the memory. For this space it will require at least 55 to be on the safe side, because when you in the later steps we will be generating the host image, so it will require some space on the main host as well. And when you run playbooks and send incidents into the tenant, it will require some space to store them as well. Okay, our main host is created. Let's go ahead and create the tenant one. Same configuration. If you are doing this on a corporate network, let's say you are installing it in your workplace, then you will have to use almost like the twice space for the tenant, because all the incidents, alerts and everything, playbooks and everything will be stored in tenant, so it will require much more space than the main host. The main host will be a little bit of sort of like a dummy, but it will control all the tenants. Okay, let's use the same amount of RAM. Yeah, okay, 56. Okay, now we have to change the network for the bridged adapter. Okay, same settings for this one as well. If you have a subscription, of course you can use Red Hat, but it's a paid subscription, so I don't think everyone has that. This is mainly focused on using community edition, so everything will be free services that we use for this one. After installation, you can always tweak your configurations, the RAM amount, the processor. Okay, English, we'll use English as well for this. Ubuntu server, yes. Okay, let's go ahead. Mirror address. Continue without updating. Use the entire disk. Continue. Main host. Done. It's always good to have SSH in case we need to transfer any files into the server. Done. Okay. Now this will install. The installation is done on the XOR main server. I installed Ubuntu to the XOR tenant as well. Exact same configuration, nothing is different other than the hostname. Now let's start XOR main server. It will usually take a little bit more time on the network name lookups. That's normal. It's better to use a bridge network because then you will get a dedicated IP on XOR server. It's easier to access from the host as well. Other than that, you can use NAT, but I'm not sure how XOR installation will take it as. I haven't done that, so better to go with bridge. So tenant can also easily connect to main host, and from the host itself you can browse the website. Okay guys, since the installation is now done, we can move on to installing Cortex XOR in this server. You can use two ways to get the installer onto the Ubuntu server. One way is using wget, and the other way is using WinSCP. For wget, you need the URL that was sent from the Palo Alto team, and you can type wget cots, then inside http something. I will be using WinSCP because it's more convenient for me. So we will open WinSCP, and I already have my image here. So we will need to connect into the main server. So for the host name, go here, so main server, IPA. So it's 192.168.1.186. 2, the password, then login. Yes. So now we will move this file to the home. So we are already in the home directory here, as you can see. So we will move into root. Now we are root. We can see the image file here, but as you can see, it's not executable still. So for that we need to use chmod +x, then install server, enter. Now you can see it's an executable. So now we'll use install server. Since we are running this as multi tenant, dash space then dash. I will list down the blog post for this, for the same installation, so you can copy paste the commands from that one. Multi tenant, and then hit enter. Now it starts installing. So queue, yes, we agree to the license agreement. Now it will install all the dependencies and the Docker and everything. So you need a working internet connection for this one, because it will be downloading a lot of data. So now you have to wait. It might take 10 to 15 minutes for this to be over. Now it's partially installed. Now it is asking for us for the HTTPS port. So we will keep it on default, which is 443, and no Elasticsearch database because this is Vault is now. Admin user default admin, yes. Now we have to enter the password. Okay, verify. Okay, configuration is correct, yes. Now it will install the other dependencies and images. So now the installation has come to the final step. So it is asking for us to start the install services. So we will say yes. Okay, now we will check the state of the install services. Okay, it's active. Now we know what is the URL. It's server started at https 192.168.1.186. So we will open a web browser. https //192.186.3. Okay, click advance, proceed. Okay, now we have Cortex XSOAR. Now we will log in with the username and the password we set before. Now it will ask for the missing license. We will open XSOAR license. This license is a little bit old, like 3 days, so it will show it here. Now we will go to the settings and you will notice there is no account management tab here. For this to appear, we need to restart the Demisto services. We'll go here, quit services, Demisto, restart. Okay, it should be service. Okay, now we will refresh the browser. Give it 50 seconds to reboot. Now we will go to settings. Account management is there, it's present, and if you are creating any accounts it will show up here. So right now we will go to the hosts and then new host, click the new host, and this one will also take quite a while, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So we will leave it here until this message disappears, and then we can download the host installer. Okay, now we have the host installer ready, so let's download it. Okay, done. Now we have to get this one. Out of here and to the one, replace the file. Okay, so this is the file with the Mr. host, so this should go in tenant. So we'll take this. Now we have to transfer the file to the tenant machine. So 192.168.1. So tenant IPA 3213. Okay, then goes the username, password, login, yes, we'll drop the host to here. Okay, we got it here now. Yes, so we will escalate the privilege first. Okay, now we will change the permission of the file just like before. Then we will execute the file. One thing to note here, we don't have to use the multi-tenant option when we are doing this, so just execution of the file would suffice. Execute this and it will take some time, so let's see. you. Yes. This is our main host. I will show you now. The space has a little bit reduced. You can see it's 65% full because it generated the image to be installed in the XOR hosts. So let's take some time and then we'll see what to do next. So now part of the installation is done. External address, this is not necessary at the time, so you can just skip it, and we can use a default port as well. And as usual, now Elasticsearch configurations correct, yes. Okay, now it will pull the content images. This will also take 5 to 10 minutes. So guys, it's now installed in our tenant. So as you can see, the demonstration services as well online, and now we have to configure a new account in the main host so we can connect the tenant into it. So let's go here, add an account. Let's name our account tenant 01 host HA group. We'll add it to the tenant. Same content, roles administrator. You can add any roles here, like you can create your own roles with your defined permission. So for now, let's just keep administrator. Now it's building. From here you can see in the host how many CPUs are utilized, or what kind of percentage of memory it's utilizing, and the disk usage at the moment. Let's check our account if it's created or not. Okay, it's still creating. So in one host you can create more than one tenant if you have enough system specifications. Usually XOR recommends like 2 tenants in one host, and you can create another host and add other accounts if you need more tenants on that. Usually we use tenants in as an example in MSSP environment. Like if you have multiple customers, then you will create one tenant per each customer so they can work individually according to the customer requirements, like different integrations, different content, different playbooks, kind of like that. From here you can sync the content, like if you can if you want to choose the content, like let's say you need a showdown integration done for one tenant and a VirusTotal integration done for another tenant, you can manage it from here, and the integrations are here. So main account will be usually used for those things, like to push the right content to the right tenant. Okay, seems like it's taking a little bit of time. I think it's almost done, because now here we can see like main account is blue color, so you can see the tenant here. Let's refresh this. Maybe it's done now. Still not. Well, yeah, it's working. So this is the playground and everything else is here. So if you want to switch to main host again, you can do this. Right now there are no playbooks, no jobs, nothing is running, so that's why the CPU and memory utilization is very low. But when the content adds up, then it will go up drastically. So guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you need anything else, just let me know in the comments, and I will reply. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and turn on the bell notification, because I will be doing a series on the XOR. Next we will go to upgrading a multi-tenant environment, so stay tuned. See you guys in another video.